Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Redemption Day. Okay, so I think I might change the name of my channel to 5 Below. I know that already exists, but below 5. Because all the movies I watch have a rating below 5. This one's 3.3 on IMDb, and it's 314 people have rated it so far. So very low expectations. It's hour and 39 minutes, but it's about an ex-war veteran whose wife gets kidnapped, and so he's got to go out and rescue her, right, against some terrorists. Sounds alright, you know, I mean, why not? And Andy Garcia's in it, and Ernie Hudson is in it. Ghostbuster, it's good to have a Ghostbuster on your side. Robert Nieper from Prison Break. Have you ever seen Prison Break? If not, stop right now, go watch Prison Break, and when you're done watching all that, come back and watch me. Great show, great show. Anyway, so I'll get into it, see why it's rated so low, and tell you if it's worth watching. So stick around, I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Redemption Day, no check-in, because for most of the movie it was what they explained to us. There's a war hero. It starts off showing him in, overseas. You're not exactly sure, but it ends up being, I believe, Algeria or Morocco, in that area. And he, I'll get to that, but they show him as part of the military, as a Marine. A little bit of getting an assignment, and then a little bit of a gun battle, but that's it. Then we fast forward to him being retired out of the military, hanging with his wife and his daughter. And he has a little bit of PTSD. He has some flashbacks and stuff like that. And his wife is an archaeologist, and coincidentally she has to go to Algeria, or Morocco, which is on the border, and she shouldn't go into Algeria, but she has to go there for some archaeology stuff, and she accidentally crosses the border, and she gets captured by Algerian terrorists. Okay? And of course the war hero finds out, got to go over and save her. That's your plot, right? Andy Garcia happens to be an ambassador over there in Morocco. And so he goes over, and they do show another guy who is, I think, a top Moroccan agent. He was shown in the beginning when he was in the military, when he was in with the Marines, and they kind of shake hands and embrace, and they seem to help each other out. And, they reconnect here as he goes back over to save his wife. So, like I said, they're having flashbacks. So that's the plot of the movie. I'm sorry. So is he going to save his wife? And, they're going to make demands, just like any other terrorist movie that kidnaps somebody. They're going to make demands. The government doesn't give in to terrorism. It's up to this guy himself to save the whole kit and caboodle. So you're set up for, you got the plot for action, right? And here's the thing. So now that we understand all that, when they show the military scene in the beginning, they don't show you a lot. They show you that he's, big in the military. And I don't know who this guy is. I've never seen him before. He looks a strapping young fella, or older fella. But, you can tell he'd be good, but they don't show anything. They show a gun battle, that's it. And they keep flashing back to this, some trucks are pulled over, they're shooting at the guy, one guy goes down. You don't see anything else. So it's building up to like, wow, what's going to happen with this guy? Well, spoiler alert, they don't really show you. There's no development on his his accredited Marine career. You don't see any of that. So you just have to take it on faith that this guy's really good at what he does, and he's going to go in and save his wife. And you also don't see how him and the Moroccan agent get real close, and why he's willing to help him in this. None of that is explained. It's just assumed. So it's like odd. But okay, the whole idea is let's just see some fun action kind of thing. But there's so many pieces like that. I could see why it's rated low. You go into it with the, hey, mindless, numb action, right? And everything else goes away. But some of them are so glaring that you can't imagine. Leaving him behind. So he interacts at some point, and I won't spoil it for you, but he interacts with the military, and they leave him behind. You know? And that's just odd. I mean, like, really, like in two things. And if you see it, they, you know, and some of the fight scenes and some of the situations they're in are so, like, ridiculous. Like, wouldn't absolutely happen. You know, so I get that. And then here's the big piece of it at the end. They tried to flip it at the end to some sort of conspiracy stuff. So you have the whole action of him trying to go in and save his wife, and what happens, okay? I'm not going to tell you. And that's great, okay. And then they decide to throw in all this other stuff, like post that. That's like, what? Like they almost, I don't know about this, did they try and set it up for a sequel? You know what I mean? Like it's, and that's where Robert Nieper comes in. So he wasn't in until the end of the film. Unless I missed something and I blinked and I didn't see him in the beginning, which is quite possible. Maybe I did miss that part because it really made no sense. And if you watch it, you'll see what I mean. So for most of the movie, it is, I mean, it's shot well. It's just not, they didn't figure out all the holes, and they put some bad fighting situations together. You know, like everybody pointing guns at each other kind of stuff. But anyway, so that's what I got for you. It's not absolutely terrible. Honestly, when I was watching it at first, really until he gets to Algeria, the whole, you know, leading up to that, I was like, I don't understand why this is rated so low. It's not that bad, you know, and it's not great, but it's like, it's a fun military rescue against terrorism movie. And then when you get into the fighting, that's when it starts to go downhill a little bit. And then, because I'm thinking also all this other stuff that's playing in the background is going to start to unfold, and it really doesn't. Oh, one last piece, if you stayed with me this long, and then I'll let you go. I appreciate it. He somehow, and it's not fully explained, gets a hacker, right, who calls himself Neo. Spoiler alert, he calls himself Neo. But they, like, the whole time he's hood up, sunglasses on. Like, I mean, like, they really tried to, like, give you the, hey, this is what a hacker is, this is what he's going to, I mean, you know, nighttime, doesn't, indoors, he's got the sunglasses on. It was just, it struck me funny when I saw him. He came in, you know, drinking Red Bull, the whole thing. So, look out for that. And he's like a Moroccan hacker, you know, so he's not, it just struck me funny. Andy Garcia's role, you know, wasn't needed, but he's in it. Like I said, he's the ambassador for Morocco. All right, that's it. That's all. Like I said, that's check it out. Love to hear your thoughts. Send me anything that you found in here that's you know, odd or off or whatever. Put them in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you end up watching this movie. All right, that's it. I'm done. Subscribe. You know, like, do all that jazz, and continue to tune in Kimball's Irish Pub. Thanks.
Thank you.